Okay, guys, here None back here again, talking a little bit more on Dark Brotherhood, and now what we're actually talking about is the Dark Brotherhood. Yay! So with this, we're gonna have a full new storyline in the new DLC storyline. We're gonna meet new and old characters on the quest. We're gonna have repeatable quests inside the Gold Coast. We're gonna have new skill lines and Blade of Woe, which is an insta kill for NPCs. But at the same time, it also reduces the experience that you get from those, and it can only be used on non-elite NPCs. Alright, so you can't just go ahead and kill anyone with it. Also, they have to be humanoid, but that's kind of the thing with the Blade of Woe. It's only for humanoid-type NPCs as well. It's also a dark and violent storyline with killing animations to match. ZOS is earning their mature rating on this, okay? We're going to take a little bit here, just showing off some of the executions. So because they're fucking awesome, and I really do love it. This is one of the best things about the DLC. I really hope that DOS takes what they did with this and expands it. Okay? If you guys ever played like Fallout or some of the other DLC stuff, or some of the other Bethesda games, you know that the kill cam is one of the things that always gets like always gets the most people going. It's what makes the game like one of those things that gets them. Like, that's fucking awesome right there. Like, I could make an entire movie about just going behind somebody and killing them and, like, make my character look like some sociopathic badass.
I said good day. Good day.
I said hello. And people are fighting each other. Now, using the Blade of Woe is much like pickpocketing. You can't do it for everyone. The positioning can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. And while we do this, we get to see the nice little city here of Anvil.
Keeping myself busy here.
As you can see, we work as a chiropractor in the part-time here.
Hail.
Bugs out with depending on the areas. Some people just had their back against the wall, so you can't get them. You have to find other targets. Well, we cleared up that cough for him. Hey, did you see anything? Nah, I didn't see anything. What are you sneaking around here for, huh?
I erect the spine of misery.
You want to see my spine? Here it is. Now, I'm sure there's somebody out there right now compilating a full list of animations that they've used here. And slowly fall to the ground. And of course, anyone you kill this way, you can also loot. Get stolen items, make some more money. Actually, it's a lot safer to do this than it is to pickpocket a lot of people. Now, no, see, here's a guard. We can feed, we can pickpocket, we cannot use a blade of woe on them. That eye animation, I have to admit, is a little derp on the PTS here. I'm hoping they're going to fix that. That seems to only be for like the Khajiit here, though. You have to be careful about your targets here. Like this guy, he might be a little bit too close to others. With that bullet time effect, slow motion, dagger going into a back.
Don't do anything foolish, Wayfarer.
He's taking a nap. Now, that comes with the Dark Brotherhood line. That's the first thing that you get when you join the Dark Brotherhood. The Blade of Woe. You get that passive. You don't have to spend any skill points for that. Now, as you go up in levels of the Dark Brotherhood, you get things like the Scales of Pitiless Justice, reducing the heat and the bounties you have, Pandemic Spirit, grants major expedition after you kill a citizen, with the Blade of Woe, without it. Shadowy Supplier, contract of the Dark Brotherhood provides beneficial items once a day. Supposedly that's how you get some of the new items there as well. Shadow Rider, aggression radius for hostile monsters is decreased by 50% when on your mount. And then Spectral Assassin, 50% chance would shroud yourself, to shroud yourself when using the Blade of Woe, shielding yourself from being witnessed and receiving a bounty. So this gives basically a passive. So if you kill somebody in like a group of people, there's a 50% chance no one's going to see you do it, which is very cool on top of that. Now, what we kind of roamed around is one of the new areas in here. In the Gold Host. So, this is where we have a whole lot of new stuff here for the Dark Brotherhood. You have Dark Brotherhood contract quests in this area. Trespassing areas to kill targets. Dark Brotherhood kill quests. Killing NPCs all over Tamriel. Much the same that you had pickpocketing quests and heists inside of the Thieves Guild. You have 2 new world bosses, Tribune's Folly and Kvetch Arena, 2 new delves, Harada Cave and Garius Aegea, and then 2 new cities from Oblivion, Anvil and Kvatch. Now, just to give you an idea of this area, I'm just going to go ahead and travel on through on my mount so you can get a good look at it.
Yeah. You look like you can handle yourself just fine.
Now, if you've ever played Oblivion, you'll probably recognize a lot of these areas here. Some of them you may not because it was kind of destroyed or messed up.
Greetings.
Love the cathedral. Just love everything on it.
Greetings.
You got the castle here. Ship and lighthouse over there. Which of these two do you think sleeps in the bed and which one has to sleep on the floor? I'm gonna guess it's the lion that sleeps in the bed.
Hello there.
Now, I'm not going to go into this area, but as you can see here, there's areas in here that you go in for questing. And I can tell you, it has some pretty fucking cool areas there. Especially with the various areas you can, like, hide and sneak through. Just to give you an area, this is one of the cities. This is the map here. This is about, I'd say, about a third of Rothgar for the size. We'll take a quick ride through here as well as we go up to Kvatch. I'm also going to show off a couple new things here as well that I noticed. Like, compared to Hughesbane, this is much more open. It doesn't feel as claustrophobic to me. But something I noticed here, right? Let's go up to this area here. Okay, nothing on this map. There's just a tower, right? Doesn't seem to be anything big. Oh, what's this? Fort Strand. It's not even on the map, right? You go head down in here. Oh, you got some enemies here, right?
Burn it.
Thieves Trove there. Chest here. Nothing back here. And the reason this is so interesting to me is, like, they've added small little areas like this around the map. Like, things that are, like, landmarks that you don't really see on the map for you to explore, but you don't really have to go take a look at them if you don't want to. If you're not, like, if there's no Sky Shard there, there's no Delve there or anything like that. But you can find, like, you can find little bits of enemies there, you know, treasure chests or something else like that, little bits of lore and books and all that stuff. Which really does give, like, it gives an exploration type of feel to it, right? So you can see here we have wolves come around here. We have minotaurs. You can see here, Mr. Bullman. And one of the world bosses you actually face is a Minotaur too. Now look at that off in the distance there. See how that looks? Coming up through here, you got your mansions through here, you got Kvatch in the background. As you see, we have much, like, going through this area takes much longer than it did in Hughes Bane. And I can guarantee as well, like, the areas that you go for the Dark Brotherhood, for the questing that I did, the quick rushing that I did through, they're a lot more intricate, and, like, there's a lot more nooks and crannies to them than anything that you had inside some of the other areas here. So here we go, right up into Kvatch.
I'm not exactly known for my patience.
Another large cathedral. Several houses.
What do you want?
This freaking huge ass arena, which is where you fight one of the those major bosses. Crafting areas, town squares.
But they'll never silence her voice. Her sermons will live on.
Castle Kvatch courtyard.
It's all right to the
And yes, you do go into Castle Kvatch. Taverns, back alleys. This is a pretty freaking major update. I almost wish that Thieves Guild has had as much in the in this area here. And then, of course, in addition to all this, you have the Dark Brotherhood's new sanctum. We can get over the hill here. Now, like Thieves Guild, there are dailies that you can do inside of here to kill the world bosses and to go inside the delves and do that. And that's how you get some of the new item sets and the new motif items through there as well. Save my voice here a little bit. This is where you get your daily kill contracts. Going throughout Tamriel trying to kill people.
Rough times ahead for the Brotherhood. I can feel it in my bones.
As you can see, they got Dark Brotherhood stuff plastered all over the area. Dark Guardian sitting all over as well. This person here is our new guild master. See that name? Estera. Guild bunk halls here. Whoa. What are mages here? And a speaker. And what does the speaker do?
Was I not clear, initiate? You must go to the sewer tenement. I hear it's remarkably cozy.
Is where you do one of the dark sacraments. And in here is much like a heist, except this time we're trespassing and we're killing somebody. These are much better implemented, I feel, than heists. The reason being, one, you can earn a lot of money going into these areas, stealing and killing people, because they keep on respawning. You have a lot of areas, a lot of nooks and crannies, and your timer doesn't run out until you kill one of your targets. As you can see, we're in a restricted area right now. Always check areas here like that, because sometimes there's still hidden passages through these areas they don't tell you about. Doesn't show up on the map. Let's see here. Sin tenement. Kill Andero. Kill Andero with poison. Okay, you gotta give different ways to kill people on this, which is kind of cool. Now, we have an alert status with this, which is different than the, Guess I'll back here, hopefully it doesn't come this way. Okay, there we go. We have an alert status with this, so if we get detected... Yep, 2 people saw me.
Bounty. After all you've put me through.
The guard will be here any second.
4 or 5, great. So I really messed that up. I had somebody chasing after me.
I see you, and I'm calling for the guards.
I don't see how you saw me, but okay. You can, of course, go ahead and kill anyone in here if you want. It actually makes your job a little bit easier when you have to run away. Though, be careful not to get into low water too much, because you can also get yourself messed up there. Also note that if you do get found out inside one of these areas, you do get a bounty on you. So you're going to have to clear that out when you get out of here. Dark Brotherhood does not have anything like a fence to clear off bounties. So make sure you get yourself something that's like either a promissory note, or get yourself over to a Thieves Guild area next, or when you get out. But it's kind of cool how the two of them will work together in tandem pretty well.
Since you won't leave, I've summoned the guard.
Yeah, that's not good. But whatever. And of course I'm messing up on this because I've never done this one before.
You need to go. Now!
Kind of looking around for a hidden area. There we go. Okay, as you can see, our targets always had the black hand above them, letting us know that we have to go kill them. Okay, Andero. Kill him with poison. Not quite sure what that means. So I'm wondering if I'm supposed to go poison something here? Like go over to this stew thing. Can I poison one of these here? Nope. See, I've never seen it say poison before, so I'm wondering if I need to either A, put poison on my character and do this, or if I just need to stab him in the back with a blade of woe. Oh well, let's just do it the classic way. Yeah, I'll do it the old-fashioned way then. Get myself out of that. Let's see, the other guy, I believe, is in a hidden area. But I have to get to him over there. One of the pain in the ass things is the wardens are always just waiting to get you. If you attack them, they will give you like a high alert status. Let's see, are they in here? Nope, this is somebody else. But like little areas like this don't show up until you actually go onto it and find it inside there. The same as the heist. And sometimes the only way you can see it is if you actually get up right close.
Call a guard before the criminal gets away.
Let's see, anyone up here? Still looking. As you can see, we see our entrance here. But no way out. Overseer has arrived, yep. Still looking for that optional set. There he is. Just sitting up here smoking. And he turns into a resolute backwarder when you just kill him. Now, as additional, after you've done all this stuff, you can still come in here, start grabbing some stuff, crates, all stuff that can help you get you some money here when you get out of this. And of course, going up here is not going to help me at all. It'll be interesting to see what's over there. No, to go all the way back out to get out of here. And the warden should be sitting here too. That ability. That ability lag. Check nothing else there, and exit the sanctuary. So I'll probably speed that up a little bit so we can get through that a little bit quicker in the video there. So I apologize if I kind of skip through little parts there. So again, on Gold Coast here, we got the kill contracts, killing enemies over NPC, all over Tamriel, 2 new world bosses, 2 new delves, cities in Oblivion and Villankovach. I'll let you guys discover the world bosses and delves for yourself. I don't want to get into too much spoiler stuff, but I can say that they do have some pretty interesting fights there as well. Now, in addition to the new areas, we have area changes as well. We have captured areas inside the Imperial City districts. This will prevent enemy respawns and also give 33% more Talvar stones. We've also nerfed some of the Imperial dungeons. Imperial City Prison and White Gold Tower are made much easier. So people are having like a hard time getting through it, or people who don't want to run it because they keep on doing the random dungeon finder, keep on getting it, and just like immediately leaving. Yeah, you're probably gonna have some fun. You're probably gonna have a lot easier time on it. You may actually want to stick around now. Same to Ophidian. Like I mentioned before, it's now getting updated. It's now going to have a CP 160 normal mode and a veteran mode, okay? The normal mode is going to be tough for some of you. And I'm going to say the veteran mode is much tougher than that. It's basically going to be on par with the Maw of Lorcage. It's going to be a lot more intense, but it's going to have a lot more better gear for it as well. Some of that gear is also going to drop in the normal mode, so if you don't want to run the veteran mode, you're going to have a chance in the normal mode, but it's going to have a less high of a chance than it is in the veteran mode. I think in the veteran mode is a guaranteed chance to get a set item. In the normal mode, it's like 50-50. And also, Maelstrom Arena is going to have drop set pieces on each level. Now, just to kind of wrap up some of our look at some of the new areas here, I'm going to go ahead and, while this is up here and running, talk a little bit on the Imperial City districts. Basically, the prevents any respawn and 33% more Talvar is a nice incentive. I don't know if it's enough to really get people into the Imperial City, though. I would have preferred it to be a battleground. I know a lot of other streamers would have preferred it to be a battleground. A battleground being that only a certain number of players can get inside of it to contest it, to really work on it. I understand that it has issues. However, at this point, we know that we want to have something with... We want to have something where we have a small-scale PvP option and a large-scale PvP option. Imperial City Prison was what a lot of us were hoping was going to be, but areas to capture and all that stuff can still be Zerged. You can still have people coming in, taking it over with large amounts of people, just killing anyone that's like trying to do it as a 5-man group, which we don't want to have really. But here, let's take a look what we're talking about here. Gonna go up to the Memorial District here. Now, currently we're on PTS. I believe AD should control almost every single one of these areas. Let's see if we can sneak our way over on a character that doesn't even have weapons equipped and take a look at what we're talking about. So, okay, you see it here. Evanhart is currently owning this. AD has every other one here. We're on DC on our character. So if we die, we basically can't come back. But you see the flag over there? So choose revive location. Can't respawn here, can't respawn here. Or you release. And when you release, you get put right back down in the sewers. This should make it a little bit more interesting, I think, but it still requires some attention to like doing things here. A few other things I would have done differently on this as well is like, despite the fact I respawn down here, I can still come back up and climb and get there. It's just a small delay of time to get there. They probably should have made it so I can't climb up there anymore. Like, there's something that happens to the door, so I can't get myself up there. And then I have to traverse the entire sewers to get in there and then get to the other area. That, to me, makes it much more sense. Also, I should also note, the other change that they made in the Imperial City here is now, instead of, like, losing 10% to mobs, 80% to players, you now lose 50% of your Talvar stones against mobs and 50% of your Talvars when you die to enemy players. So it doesn't matter which way you get killed, you're going to give your Talvars to 50% of your Talvars to something. Like, suicide Talvaring is just basically spiting somebody who almost got to kill you. But other than that, it's no different than what it is. Or, sorry, it's no different than what it used to be with getting ganked inside here. So, that covers that. And like I said, they're nerfing Imperial City dungeons. Sanctum of Fide is getting that update as well. And then the Vet Maelstrom Arena, dropping set pieces for every level, which is kind of nice for some people that haven't got that stuff yet. Basically, what it looks like is, as new content comes up, some of the older content is being made easier to make people get into it who haven't completed it yet, while they're adding in new stuff on the end, which is not bad. Only issue I see with it, though, is the Sanctum of Fide stuff. Unless people are in a raiding guild or do it regularly, I don't see a lot of them getting through some of this content. I really do hope that a lot of people get in there more. Maybe having a dungeon finder that will also do trials will help on that. But it's kind of tough right now with the amount of organization that's needed with trials to get a full group inside of it. But we'll see. Hopefully some people are going to get into that and make it a lot more happy to run some of these. Anyways, guys, Hero of None here. These are some of the new areas and some of the overview of the Dark Brotherhood. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you all a little bit later, and thank you for watching the vids. Okay, and clear.